honey.
Hello, and welcome to tonight's episode of PopCast, where we have the marvelous Skycandy. That's me. Ooh, let's get zoomed in on her. There we go. Go right. There we go. Where's my? I need to zoom in on the right one. Where is it?
I took it. I took it.
Yeah, I need that. There we go. There's Sky. Please wave.
Hello.
Yep. For some reason, one of my camera anchors must have gotten deleted, which is making me extremely annoyed with myself. But that is why that took a while. So yeah, and of course we do have the wonderful Grand Banana himself, Pink Bonage.
Hello.
So yeah, Sky, it's lovely to have you here. First of all, also, I haven't actually managed to catch your stream in a long time. I guess it's because you're like on PST, and I'm all the way in the UK. So it's really, really amazing to be able to link up with you this way. So yeah.
Thank you for having me.
What a pleasure. So where did the name Skycandy come from?
Okay, so Skycandy was obviously before COVID. Well, I guess we're now after COVID. We're no longer in COVID. And it's kind of a play on eye candy and flying. I used to travel a lot for work. So instead of being called eye candy, it's like Sky Candy. And so That's what I just used for my gamer tag. So nothing super exciting there. It seems to work well for Pop 1, though, with all the flying that you do in Pop 1.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's an awesome name.
Sorry, I'm just going to... I have this like really tiny love gun left over from DC being on the stream, so I'm just gonna unfortunately change its size. But please let me give you some love.
Yes.
This is our PopCast tradition. Okay, let me. So
I love you.
yeah, that's pretty cool. Like play on words from eye candy.
Yeah.
So do you like, do a lot of traveling? Like, have you been to like a lot of countries, or is it more sort of domestic type?
Both. So let's see. I probably travel about every 4 to 6 weeks speaking at conferences or teaching for my industry. So after COVID opened up, I got to go to Japan, and I just got back from Finland a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to be going to Denver in a couple of weeks, and then yeah, so I just get to travel a lot for that. But when COVID hit, of course, that kind of stopped.
Wow. Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That is. By the way, Noose, thank you so much for the raid. That's awesome of you, and thanks so much for the follow, Matt East and
All right,
and
Noose.
Yeah, it's so awesome of you guys to be here. We're just talking with Skycandy about life and pop. So yeah, looking forward to having Noose on Friday as well at 12 p.m. Eastern. So it's gonna be great.
Awesome.
Hi, so yeah, let me go in here and just do it. So yeah, Sky can say hi to Pink Stream.
Hello again. Hello.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, what was I going to ask you? So whenever you're like traveling around doing like these conferences and stuff, like during COVID, was that like really hard?
Oh, yeah. Well, it totally shifted the dynamic. I mean, I think that's why I started playing Pop 1 so much, and then starting up the community, starting up the Ladies of Pop 1 and the league, just because, everybody was stuck at home. What else are you going to do? Yeah. And then like all the conferences I used to speak at, I had to do over like WebEx. So it was a challenge for those couple of years, totally shifting from traveling every 6 weeks to being, I don't want to say stuck at home, but just at home the entire time. I think that's why VR is so great, because you totally get transported to a different place.
Absolutely.
In your pajamas.
Yeah.
Wow. So we owe COVID for mixed doubles being created.
Yes,
okay.
mixed
Isn't it
doubles and the
amazing?
Ladies that Pop 1.
One good thing came out of that era. Okay, fantastic. Awesome.
Yeah. So, do you play any other games apart from Pop 1, or are you kind of just focused mainly on Pop at the moment?
It's mainly Pop 1. I used to really love the archery games before I started Pop 1. Oh, what's that?
Oh my god, well done.
Thank you, Spray and Pray.
I'm hoping
for
you get mobbed by them this
gifted
time.
subs.
What
Yeah.
is that? Where did
Thank
those
you
come
very
from?
much.
Gifted subs from Spray and Pray.
Oh my god, they float
What a
around
guy.
in the
Is amazing,
studio?
yeah.
That's amazing. That's
Sometimes
really
they attack you
cool.
too. Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes
Do
they attack
they?
you, like last time. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. I had to run around the studio.
That is so cool.
Yeah. Spray, thanks so much for all the support you do in here. It's really amazing. And really glad you catch PopCast. Where was I even? Oh yeah, so you started PopCast. No, not PopCast. Pop One. Sorry. You started Mixed Doubles and Ladies of Pop One. No, oh my god, here they are.
Oh my god,
Oh
we're
my
getting
god, look
attacked.
at that. We're getting attacked by words. What?
Wow.
What is this?
I can't breathe.
I'm in
Wait,
here.
can you interact
I'm
with
in
them?
here.
Oh, they're
Yeah, you
mauling
can
honey.
kind
Oh,
of
you
grab
can
him.
kind of.
Yeah, you can kind of grab him and
Oh, that's so
save
fun.
me, Pink. Save me.
That's on you. Good
Yeah.
luck.
Thank you so much, Brian.
Wait, can I shoot them?
Yeah. Yeah, you can
I
try.
always love you.
Maybe that's the way to make them go.
How do we fix the last time? We got you out of here and back. Is that what happened? Oh,
No, they just
just-
dissolve after a while. But
Oh,
I mean, I think
that's
I still
awesome.
think it's more fun whenever I get up and go
Oh,
for a
there they
quick
go.
run.
Look at that.
Like a little run. Ah!
Where'd you go?
Here we
Oh,
go.
look, I see Balpo. Wait, I'm trying to read all the names.
Yeah, I'll just keep
Oh my
moving
god,
so you can see
he's
him.
getting mauled. I've got some stuck on me too. I just realized. Oh Jesus!
Sky, would you like some?
Fantastic.
Thank you so much, Spray. Yeah, so these will disappear in just a second. But it's really funny. Okay, let me
Oh
get
goodness.
back
It
in
looks
here.
like you have a lot
Ooh.
of great ideas from all the, these ideas floating around your head or something.
Yeah,
does, he
exactly.
does.
Just find treasure in there, I'm sure. So
Oh, this is amazing.
yeah, these will disappear briefly, I'm sure. Oh, Scanter!
Hopefully.
Wow, Scanter got gifted a sub. That's awesome. Yeah, looking forward to having him on the podcast as well.
Go away, names. Go away.
Yeah, let me just. Whoop. Oh! They sort of flew away. I'm
I
safe
think
for
we're
a
gonna-
second. There we go.
There
Oh,
they
yeah.
go.
There we go. That's
There's
perfect.
Honey Gun.
And we're back. Thank you very
Awesome.
much.
Yes,
Looking
we
good. Thank you very
survived.
much. I'm very happy that you're here. Let me give you all a little close up of my look for today. It's
Oops.
give you some body physics too. There we go. So, let me get back out in here. Yeah. So ladies
What
of Pop
games?
One.
We missed the games.
That
so
was
I
it,
was
games.
actually
Oh, the
interested.
games.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
that's
games do you
great.
play?
Yeah,
aside from Pop
so
One? Yeah.
I was really big into the archery ones like Quiver and
Oh.
Elven Assassin. There were ones where I get motion sickness in VR pretty easily.
Oh,
So
really?
there were ones where you had to teleport. When I first started Pop One, I had to have that vignette on,
Oh,
and
no.
it took me about a month and a half to train myself away from it. Like I slowly kept backing it down and backing down all the locomotion settings until I couldn't use them at all. So yeah, I loved Pop One so much that I think got me over my motion sickness
That's
in
great.
VR.
And now
Yeah.
you're an expert. You can fly. You can climb.
I know, except I don't do the spinning. Like I turn in real life. I do a little bit of
Okay.
the snap turning, but I can't do the smooth turning. That still just makes me want to Ralph in like 10 seconds. Yeah.
So so no 360 no scopes for you then.
Oh my God. No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, so I was going to ask you just about more about Ladies of Pop One as well, because there might be some lady viewers out there who are maybe going to get into pop or something like that. How would they find you?
Absolutely. Well, so the Ladies of Pop One server, it's kind of funny how it started. I back when 709 was playing, her, myself, and I think Muggy, we all got together. Well, I was going to do a stream that just rotated through kind of all of the ladies I knew and just kind of have like a ladies stream. And then they're like, this is really fun. We should set up a Discord server. So the Ladies of Pop One was born. And we used to just give out the invite willy-nilly, but then we had some trolls kind of coming in, so we locked it down. So you'll have to DM me on Discord to get an invite. Skycandy 1234, like Skycandy pound 1234 is my Discord handle, and I can send you an invite to join. Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome. And so you also recently...
Hold on one second. There's probably going to be about 400 people who see this when it goes up on YouTube, and I'm sure many of them don't know what mixed doubles is or the Ladies of Pop One. Would you mind giving us like a brief rundown of those things?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Ladies of Pop One are basically women that play Population One. So it gives us a nice safe space to go in and to talk and to, I don't know, discuss issues that are relevant to women, but also just kind of like a ladies' night all the time, 24/7 in our Discord server.
Wow.
And then from that, we host different events out of it. Like we had a Friends and Foes event this weekend. So we'll put on events every once in a while. Sometimes we'll do a lobby takeover where we'll get, I think the biggest one we had was like 50 women all getting together, and we would try and we call it lobby sniping, where we would all start at the same time, and basically we would all wear red hatties and take over the lobbies. So these guys would be like, where are all these red hatties coming from? Where are all these women coming from? So it's a good time.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stealthy Badger in the chat, hope we can get this bound up on YouTube for a catch up. Yes, we can. Pink will be putting this up on YouTube whenever I send them my footage. So
we got you.
Hopefully not too long. Yeah, you can also rewatch on my Twitch channel. It'll be highlighted afterwards for posterity.
Awesome.
So yeah, mixed doubles has just hit a massive milestone. Do you want to share that with the chat?
Yes, we are so excited. We hit 100 teams today. So we have 100 duos, over 100 women playing, over 100 teams in our league, and this is our 4th season. So I think we've been having some nice, steady growth. So we're super excited. There were some people that told us they didn't think this could even be done, and look at where we are at today.
Yeah, that's amazing. And Pink said it before, but he says that probably mixed doubles was his favorite league to play.
Yeah, this is my favorite league to play in for many reasons. One is your automated scoring, which is phenomenal. And I'm sure it's going to come up. But I think the most important reason is the atmosphere. So even at the highest level, the ice tier, when you have the best in the world there, the atmosphere is so non-toxic. It's like so friendly, and other people in that lobby have come up to me. Ethan came up to me. I was like, wow, this atmosphere is amazing. Ethan not found, was like, this is so different from other comps. I won't name comps that I'm in, but people normally at this level are not this chill. And I was like, yeah, that's why I love this league. So yeah, I don't know how you did it, but it's just got a great environment.
I think, anytime you start to add diversity to an environment, it's in the workplace or in social environments, I think it really helps kind of set the tone and the atmosphere. I think, too, because this was born out of the ladies. This actually came from one of our events. We ran a doubles mode during it. We're like, wow, this was a lot of fun. And then so we just kind of started to build the league off of that. And I think making sure we set that tone right from the beginning so that now as people begin to come in, they see it, they like it, and it's like the community keeps perpetuating it,
Awesome. That was Palentine's, right? The very first Palentine's you were talking about?
Oh, was Palentine's our first mixed doubles? I think our first tournament was called mixed doubles. And then the next one was Palentine's.
Okay.
Yeah. So those were, a lot of fun.
Yeah, Palentine's was actually Rad Fox's first foray into playing competition as well with me. and that was an awakening for her.
Well, now that I think about it,
And now she's
that I
a
think
beast,
about
just
it, yeah.
demolishing everybody in
Yeah.
ice.
but actually, the first mixed doubles is my first ever comp, like serious comp, with Sammy, 008. And that was the first time we actually did comp. And I remember we were so nervous and like we had to fight, like the top players like Danimal and all, like, Kleb was in there too. And we're just like, oh my God. But actually, that was my first ever comp back then. That was a long time ago too. Very cool.
Yeah. A lot of support here in the chat for Sky. Skycandy is awesome,
Aw.
fantastic league, and happy to play in it. And it's doing better and better every season. So
Oh,
true,
yes.
Fuse.
Aw, thank you.
Max says,
How is Sky
how is
Candy
Sky?
the one with the most clothes?
Is my banana naked? I don't know. I have my peels on, like
Yep.
I got glasses.
So those of you, if there's anyone in here who's not actually familiar with Sky, I guess we'll show you some of her content. She does VTube, kind of, like with she's got the avatar.
I've been so busy with mixed doubles. I haven't been streaming as much as I'd like to lately.
Yeah. Let's just go up to the screen here, and hopefully this will work. First time, that would be lovely. As it doesn't work first time.
It was just working.
It was just working. Come on.
Oh, I look like I'm doing a cool little robot move there.
Please work. Please. How is this such a struggle? It literally just worked. Okay, try that again. There we go.
There it goes.
Oh no. Oh, okay. Please sort yourself out. Come on. Technical difficulties.
There we go.
Yes.
Gonna have massive emotional damage after this. Oh my goodness. Come on, it literally just worked. Okay, that's not gonna work apparently. Let's stop that. Let me just re-paste it in here. Maybe that'll work. I'll just press enter.
Emotional
damage. Exactly. Emotional damage is
when in
my
doubt,
chat.
turn it off and turn it on again. Right?
Yeah, that's just my ethos for everything. When in doubt, turn it off, turn it on. Yeah, that's fine. And go.
That did it. See, this is not country. That was season 2 when Frontier came out, and the harmonicas.
Yeah, like anytime there's music in the game, people will find you'll find people just dancing to it, like Nightclub. As soon as that first came in.
It's because they can't judge you as easy,
Yeah. I'm trying to think who it was. It might have been Heads Blitz actually, but we played at an event at like Six Mentoring not that long ago, and there were harmonicas in it, and someone was just running around only blowing the harmonica the whole time. He didn't shoot a single person. He was just like.
That's like the peacemaker role, I think. And that in the playtest, that harmonica was so much stronger. So if you just had one person stand there and play it the whole time, it would literally just keep your teammates. It was way too strong, but it was they buffed it a little bit for the release, but.
I love the way you're just vibing out there to the to the harmonica.
Who wouldn't vibe out to a harmonica?
You still do the playtests and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah. Well, I try to. A lot of times they have them when I'm still working, but I try to.
Cool.
They haven't had as many lately, though. It seemed like they used to have them all the time.
Is it like once a week? I guess they just do something.
I'm too lazy.
Yeah. But it's not like that they're in separate times anymore. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say or
Yeah.
not about it.
I know, right?
I'll just keep quiet.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's just not talk about that. Move on. So yeah, so I love your avatar on there, and you've changed it quite a few times.
I do.
And I always wondered, like, how do you do that? Do you have like full body tracking stuff that you put on and stuff for that, like that?
Yeah, I've got so I have the
The
full
Vive
body
trackers?
tracking, the Vive trackers, and then I made the slime trackers. Have you seen those?
Oh.
They're the ones that work off
You-
of Wi-Fi.
You made the slime trackers?
Yeah,
wow,
they've got
that's
schematics
amazing.
for them. I like soldered them and put them
Yeah.
together, and I
Awesome.
programmed them, and and so they're the ones that you don't need the base stations for. They can run off of Wi-Fi.
That is so cool.
Yeah, so I had those that I used for a while too. And it was funny because you don't need, like if I had to go run and use the bathroom while I was streaming, I could keep the trackers on and run into the bathroom, and because the base station wasn't around, like my avatar would just go dead. But apparently when you have on the slime trackers, that is not the case. They track me into the bathroom. And so like, I have a clip somewhere where like you can see me sit down.
We need this clip. We need this clip.
I was like, look at that. They work.
Wow,
Awesome.
yeah, that's awesome.
I hear they're cheap too if you do it that way.
Yeah. Well, it can be. There was that short period of time where the prices of all the electronics went up really high. You know how they can fluctuate now. But yeah, when they're their normal prices, there's like maybe $200 for a full set. And that's like the cost of just one base station for, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, I mean, you mentioned you programmed those slime trackers yourself. Your programming skills are legendary to anyone that does mixed doubles because of your amazing Skycandy spectator bot that will record scores and also amazing damage, like figures, statistics. That's what I was trying to think of.
Yeah. For those that don't know, like that don't play comp, normally in every league, after you finish a game, you have to go to the lobby host. You know, there's a custom lobby, and you have to report your damage, your placement, and your kills. And it takes like 5 minutes, 6 minutes sometimes for everyone to report scores. And so it takes so much longer to like get through the lobby. But Skycandy has developed a system or some kind of thing where it automatically gets the data. You don't have to report scores in between lobbies, and it's like proprietary, and it's such a big deal that all the leagues like are probably just knocking on her door every day, like, how much can we offer you to give us this stuff? And she's like, no, don't, I'm not gonna give it. And I think I told her not to a long time ago, but anyways, like, you know, so that, if you don't know, like, she's famous for, you know, in Pop 1 particularly for that kind of like thing she created, as well as obviously the leagues. Yeah, so really cool. Sorry for
a lot of fun.
A little bit of background.
And there is one other person that kind of remains in the background that helps me with it. But, you know, I do all of the Skynet Discord. I get to ingest all the data, work with the data, pull the stats, figure out the scoring, do the updates to the spreadsheets and everything. But I just will let it be known I can't take full credit. There is somebody else out there that helps as well. But all the stats, leaderboards, manipulating the data, well, not manipulating it, but you know what I mean, giving you the stats and everything. Yeah.
Okay. We won't ask anymore because clearly we ain't going to tell the world all that stuff. That's supposed to be secretive.
But whenever I first saw Skynet and like the things I could look up, like how many ticks of zone grenade damage I've done, it was just like, wow, this is amazing. Thank you so much for the this 24 pack beer. That's awesome. You'll see your name in lights if I go into the wide shot here.
I love Mech's comments there. It's funny how the Fun League has the most professional setup.
Is it the fun league? I don't know. It gets pretty sweaty up there.
It does.
I don't know if that's the fun. It's fun, yes, but it's like we take it very serious in Ice Tier.
Yeah.
For real.
But I think one of the things that we do that a lot of other leagues don't do is we don't just like to highlight, the first 3 teams that win and give them like all the prizes and stuff. It's like we really try to incorporate it. So whether you're new, middle, or a sweaty sweat, there's something that you can participate in, like our fun contest, right? You could submit clips and win prizes, and we have silly categories like the stupidest way that you died or the best Cyberblade kills. So you don't have to be someone that's a top tier player to be like winning in our league. Everybody has a chance to come in, participate in, and win and just have fun.
Mm-hmm.
And the current challenge is now MK18 damage
Yes.
for the week, right? No one use the MK18 in Ice Tier because I'm currently winning. Please just drop the MK18.
That's right. You're in the lead.
Yeah, just stop.
Yeah, you had a
picking that up.
substantial amount of damage with that. Like, wasn't it over 300? Which was, like
It was 500, but I was hoping
500?
the
Okay,
kills
yeah.
counted because I had like 4 kills with it, and then Rad Fox told me it's just damage. I was like, oh crap, I think I screwed up. But it's just joking. I don't care.
I'll pull the kills too. Like, that would be interesting to see. I'll throw it in there.
You see Pink just sort of like tickling people until they're about to die and then letting them heal up.
It's already too late. You only get like 1 lobby to do it, so it's too late. I can't do it again.
Well, you could sub, technically, right? Yeah.
Cheat a little
Game the
bit.
system.
Well, I'll have to figure that out. Only 1 lobby counts, I guess. I'll have to figure that out if someone subs.
So if you don't know, everyone, so like this system that she created, let's just call it a system or process, like it not only allows us to not have to report our scores, but it also gives a lot of stats that she can do really cool things with. I wish we could pull up like one of your like weapon tier, like meta tier lists for the different tiers, if you know what I mean, like the stats for that image.
Yeah.
But it allows her to see, okay, this is the most used weapon in this league. This is the most used weapon in that league. This is the most damage. This is everyone's scores, this, and all that kind of stuff. So we can take analysis of the meta just by the stats she puts out every week. So it's really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Good job.
I think one of
Very
my
cool.
favorite ones is to see what weapons are being used by what tier. Did you see that? Like, for instance, our fire tier, which is our beginners, they use the UMP a lot. And then up in the ice tier, they're using the DT, they're using some of the more difficult weapons, which I think we all know intuitively, but to see it kind of laid out in the stats, like, definitively is pretty interesting.
I'm gonna take a picture of this and give it to Honey so he can get it up here. I think it'd be
just,
nice to analyze the
send it to
meta,
me.
right? Wouldn't that be fun?
Yep, send it to me and I'll
Let
bring it up.
me save this, share this.
Oh,
to
I
you.
have it. Like, can you pull up a picture if I send it to you in Discord? Because
absolutely.
I have
Send it
them.
to me.
I think I've got them down. Okay, I'm going to spin around in my chair because my computer's behind me.
Well, I think I've got
Okay.
it. I think I've got it. Don't worry about it.
I'll
I've
just,
got it right here.
Okay, all right.
Unless
You
you
got
have
it.
other ones. Yeah, I got the one you just announced.
I mean, you could just spawn it into the world yourself, Pink. If you go into where you store it, and then you can.
I'm not that talented. Sorry.
Never mind. Okay, yeah, just send it to me then in Discord.
Yep, I did. I DM'd it to you.
Oh, nice! This is gonna be awesome. Yeah, I'll just save that.
Oh, Mech, yeah, I agree. Mech says Big Box should take note. All those stats should be incorporated in their game in general. There was a game I played, Quiver, that did the same thing. It would tell you your accuracy, what your longest shot was, all these really cool things. And people really dig that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting this up. Oh crap! I need to bring this closer so I can read it. There we go. I need to put this one further away, and boom, there we go.
Sent you
Oh,
another
Put that
one.
on the
okay.
screen there. I've turned it
Oh,
around
I can
so that
see
they can
it backwards. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
So that is how it looks. Let's go close up on Sky and
What's the
then
best
get
you-
camera
get you
angle?
Okay.
Oh,
there we go.
I'll be like
hold on.
Okay, so here we have the mixed doubles weapon damage across tiers. I do have to give credit to Angel, our graphics designer, for this beautiful layout, and then Skynet overlaid this pretty graph right here. Okay, so here we have, this is really interesting. Lightning Storm hasn't played this week, so they're not represented on this graph, but our tiers go from lower to higher. Fire is our lower tier, Snowstorm is one of our mid tiers, and then Ice is our higher tier right here. So you can see right here, the UMP, check that out. Like our beginner's bracket is like really heavy on the UMP. And then look at our Ice tier is really the AK. And I think we all know the AK is a bit of work to really kind of master. So they're using that a lot more. And then if you look at the DT, look, hardly anybody in the the Fire League is using that. Mid tier is about where I'd expect it. And then Ice, look at who's, look at all this in the Ice. And this is actually, we've just been running 1 week. So this might change over time, right? Because if you have somebody like Clev that loves the DT in there, that's really going to skew these stats right now. But I think, it's really good for trends. You can really see what's going on. Even the Matadors, I thought that was. This is kind of fun to take the stats and do stuff like this.
Yeah.
Could you explain the Matadors one? They can't see the white text. Yeah. So if you can just explain the Matadors one.
Yeah.
Okay, so see here the Matadors. Look at Ice and middle tier use the Matadors quite a bit, which I would agree with because I always get killed when I use the Matadors. Like I have a hard time with them. And also when you use the Matadors, it's two-handed, right? So you have to be quick if you need to build or climb or anything like that. So I think your more experienced players are used to doing that. And then, our Fire League, which is our beginners, they're choosing different weapons over that, like the UMP, which is a little bit easier to handle one-handed, right? Climbing, flying, all of that. That would be my guess. So
yeah,
awesome.
That's really cool. So that was the weather with Skycandy.
That's what someone said in chat. Yeah, mech was it or on a 24-pack beer? Yeah. Goodness, great explanation though. It's interesting.
Awesome. Oops.
I was commentating for the Fire League one time, and I like to give advice or strategic advice to whoever. So when they watch it again, they can kind of go back, look on things to improve on. And I noticed that not a lot of people use shotguns, and that was last season. So it looks like that's still kind of maybe the trend. It's only one lobby, but definitely you can tell the difference between tiers is shotgun use for real, and definitely some difference in the type of spray weapons. So that's cool. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually wonder about the op. I wonder if the op is being used more or less. That graph didn't really have it, but I'm actually curious about the op.
So there's one that lists the weapons that are being used, the top 10 weapons, I think it is. And when they changed the Seiko, it dropped off of that.
Wow, yes.
Nobody was using or the Seiko S85. Yeah.
Seiko, no.
Parm in the chat says, I don't know how long this podcast has been running. Did you guys see the Pop One tweet regarding RP? Yes, we did.
Yes.
They will be removing ranked mode for those of you who don't know this. Vaulting it, rather, they say. We don't know when it'll be back, but it will be back. Maybe, I really hope, in a different form. But I am delighted. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes. Yeah,
the game can finally be social again. It'll be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I know. So I really like playing Pop One. I enjoy it. I laugh. I had a good time. And that ranked mode turned me into a person I did not want to be.
All of us.
Happens to everyone.
Yes. It went from having a really good time with my friends playing to okay, now we have to get at least first place and 3 kills each so that we don't lose our ranking. And it was okay, you've had 3. I get the next one, okay? And it was just
people turning into monsters.
I know. Get away. That's my kill. I gotta keep my rank. I can't go down.
Yeah, I mean, the way I avoided getting like that was just not playing. So, I was already burnt out anyway, so whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you're so right though. Man, like I totally called it when they first released the rank point system. And I was like, they need to stop this immediately because everyone is going to now have to play this like competition games, and
Yeah,
it's
it
going to
was.
make it not fun. Let the serious people go play comp in their own private world while everyone else just has a good time. I think that's really important. But I do think we've mentioned this before that they should, if they're going to bring back ranked, have casual mode or just like normal squads and ranked, and then I think that would make a lot of sense. But yeah, everyone like I think it might be too late, to be honest, to say that the game is now going to go back to how it was before ranked mode existed, because now I think they've already engraved into everyone's minds that you have to be first in some way, shape, or form. But I do hope that over the next month or two, that like at least we get somewhat back to normal. That would be fantastic.
that would be lovely. Yeah.
I think so. It'll happen.
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to just playing with randoms again. I actually really enjoy that because you meet all sorts of people, and you got really funny characters sometimes. So yeah, looking forward to doing that again. Because at the moment it's just not. It just feels bad because everyone's really sweating on you.
Fun fact, so they told all the verified content creators that you're actually not allowed to talk about it. They put an embargo until 12 p.m. tomorrow, but they released it on their Twitter today, so how can we not talk about it?
Exactly. It's there. So, it's public.
Yep, and I'm not verified anyway, so...
Yeah, there we go. Like, what are you doing, Big Box? You might as well give it to, like, say we can do it, like, the day before, like... Don't make no sense. Anyways, sorry to detract.
Fuse here in the chat says... Ranked mode made pubs more of a challenge for comp players, but for the more casual players, it's ruined the fun as they are getting stomped by sweat squads game after game. So hopefully the fun factor will return. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
No,
I agree.
I don't know if Pink will be allowed to tell you how long he's now.
They just told us. Oh, I'm not. I don't know. They told us recently. Yeah, that's it.
That's a nice
news,
politically correct term. Yes,
yeah.
recently.
Yeah,
non-quantifiable.
Yeah, but I think what scared me the most about ranked mode is when it came out. Scanner is a good example, and he's my friend, so I feel like I can say this about him. But like, he always plays solo queue, always, until all of a sudden ranked mode came out, and he realized he pretty much had to squad up for a little bit when everyone took it very serious in the beginning. And when you have someone like Scanter queuing up with other people like who are his similar level, like that is a scary thought. Okay, a really scary thought. But he's since changed, and he's like, no, I'm still gonna go solo, and he showed that he can do it still, and he's such a badass. But like that's a scary concept to have that level. 3 people, full diamond team, like playing in pubs. Yeah. That's very very scary.
And
let's get away from that.
If you guys haven't seen, sorry, Scanter's got like an average of 20 kills per game. I saw that in the StatBot leaderboard the other day, and I was like, Jesus. Are you kidding me? It's absolutely insane. Goodbet's got like 100% win rate as well, so like, these guys are just built different. So,
Let's
for like
see.
an entire month.
Mex's, I think the learning curve was steep at the beginning, but a lot of people adjusted very quickly and got better. I don't know, though. For someone like me, I had never played a shooter game before I came into Pop 1. And if I came in during this ranked mode as a new player, kind of never playing this type of genre, I probably would have given up and was just like, forget this. So I think maybe for people that have experience playing shooters, maybe they're coming over from Pavlov or whatever, might adjust quickly. But I think for brand new people coming in, I think it'd be very difficult.
Yeah, and I think that's the problem. They should keep the base, right? Without the base, we got nothing else, right? So yeah, I totally agree with that.
I mean, there's a kind of interesting thing with I don't know if you've ever like started an alt, but basically, if you want to sort of start an alt and go incognito and just so you don't like get sort of bothered by people all the time, then you can you'll find that like the first sort of 10 levels you're just fighting against like beginners pure beginners, and it feels really bad. So I'm sitting there mainly trying not to actually fight that much, just so that they can get a chance. I'm like, yeah,
Aw,
it's
that's
okay, shoot
nice
up
of you.
again. But then once you hit level 10, suddenly you're just in like boom, straight up into higher tier lobbies.
Oh, interesting to know.
Yeah. So Fuse, I did actually match Goodbet's win rate record, so thanks for the compliment. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty insane. You learned how to dodge bullets too, I guess.
Wait, how long did you match it though? That's the question. A day?
One
a week?
game.
Probably one day, Fuse,
One
right?
game.
Let's be
An
honest.
hour?
Fuse, it was probably a day, right? I'm just kidding. I love you, Fuse. Mech's right, though. I mean, people did get better. So Mech said, well, you're not supposed to win every game. And then teamwork got better, rotation got better. But then
That is
Big Box
true.
tells you that you have to win because you get 0 rank points if you do not win, pretty much, if you reach a certain Grand Banana level. So it's like they program, failure in your mind when you're getting 0 rank points.
Oh no, I lost audio.
Oh no.
That's good.
Yeah, I lost audio in pink there.
Okay, no,
really?
it's good now. Oh, I was scared because
okay.
Okay.
But could you say the last
Cool.
bit of that again? Just because.
Yeah, just like, yes, you're not supposed to win every game. And just like Call of Duty, you definitely don't win every game. But as long as you had a good, fun time, getting some kills maybe, and you get good fights. But like the problem is Big Box, programmed it so that if you're at a certain level, you get like 0 rank points unless you get first and a few kills. They did fix it in the latest kind of revision of it, but like the first time they did it, oh boy, it was like you got to get first or you get
Brutal.
nothing.
Yeah,
that was not good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Sky, I actually wanted to ask you sort of. I know you have access to like lots of the stats and stuff. But did you have those stats sort of before like HitScan came in, or was that
Let's
was
see.
HitScan kind of?
We
I was just wondering if you
started with
remember.
season 2. Yeah, we started season 2 with. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, we were before that started because that's when they introduced the RFB, the FAL, and everything. And that was we pulled our stats like after that right away, and everybody was using the RFB. Like the AK just got dropped. So yeah, we had stats before that and after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just wondering, if you noticed any major differences because of the sort of hit scan. Do you see damage kind of go up or sort of stay the same?
That is a good question. No, I didn't really do any analysis behind that, but that would be an interesting one to look at. Yeah. I mean, I know that there was a dynamic change with what weapons were being used, but I didn't take a look at that. That's interesting.
Speaking of AK and RFB, in your graph you had up, RFB was like way down here now versus the AK, which is kind of interesting. Huh?
Yeah, because they fixed
that wasn't the
it.
case.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the nerf to range, right? Yes.
They lowered the damage on the RFB and the drop off. So.
But last season it was like all RFB, and which is so interesting.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean, I actually do quite like the RFB, but it's kind of good. I just prefer the AK for sure.
Yeah.
But it does take a bit more practice, I guess. But even then, the recoil on the AK is very similar to the RFBs. Really, I find. So yeah, I mean, at the moment, this is a question I did ask like DC yesterday. I mean, do you find the game sort of more fun now than you did back in, say, season 2? Or
I love Metro. I mean, I think Metro's a blast. Always dropping a Metro, and that was one of the questions we had in Mixed Double this season was, are we going to do half Metro, half regular map, all Metro? And people really like mixing up, the Metro along with the regular map to kind of shake it up because Metro's like its own thing. Yeah. I didn't like the hit scan thing when it kind of first came out, but I think I got used to it. And I think, and I think as soon as they get rid of the RP, it'll be back to having lots of fun with it. Yeah.
Awesome.
I don't know. I still like a mental block when it comes to like the Magnum or the FAL, I guess. whenever I'm firing, because I always try and lead people, even though I know that there's nothing there. But I guess it's because Magnum was always like slower before, you know, and I'm just horrific with it. Just whoop, off everywhere. Like, people just standing still, wondering why I shot them like over there. You know? Like, what was that? I can't hit anything. Yeah. So do you play like any other comp stuff? I know you had the ladies of Pop One had their ladies competition, was it recently?
Yeah.
Like
Oh, you mean our Double the Trouble tournament?
Yeah.
That was our first all ladies tournament that we've, and as far as I know, the first public all ladies tournament that we ran. And I think we had almost 30 teams, 20-something teams, all women playing. Bal and Zolato took that. Ooh,
yeah,
we got
Bellotto,
some more.
yeah, that's scary. Hey, thank you so much for the gifted sub, 24. That's very kind of you. So I can continue torturing Parm every time my notifications go off that I'm live.
I sent you another
Bellotto
image.
Must have been so scary.
I sent you another image, honey. That was actually from that event. If you could pull that one up, sorry.
Yeah, I'll do that right now.
We can get the weather lady to give us another breakdown.
Okay. I will do that.
I love it.
Absolutely.
Oh, this is a really cool graphic as well. I like this one.
Yeah, she does great with all that stuff.
Yeah,
or they.
God, I need to get this closer so I can see what what was it called again? I really should have made this easier to see.
I really like the thing that we're doing this season with our Poppin' Stats, how we pick a stat each week to focus on, like our weekly special. And then,
Deadly damage.
I love the weapon challenge. That was a new fun twist.
Yeah. Who can do the most damage with it? And we're going to change it each week. And rumor has it, we're going to be able to do one like who can peel the banana the fastest is going to be one of ours.
I brought the wrong thing up.
That's insane to be able to even get that kind of data. Whoa, what is going on?
I
here?
accidentally brought it up as a 360, but look, I'll show chat what the 360 image looks like. But yes, I should not have done that.
That's interesting.
Let's destroy that. let me bring that back properly this time. There we go. It was just too close to me in the face. Right, there we go. Here we go.
There we go.
Give it to.
Oh,
let me
look
just
at
get in on
this.
the other.
Okay, so here we have our Double the Trouble tournament featuring all women. Look at these weapons. So here we have the top 10 weapons broken down by their usage. And look at this. The P90 was used the most. That's awesome. Followed by the AK, the UMP, the 1014. That's pretty.
And Mac. Thank you so much for the gifted sub there again, 24. That's really kind of you.
Yeah. And here's your Magnum right down here, 3.8%. And this is the deadliest weapon. So we actually have two categories. We have the ones that are basically the kill weapons. So this makes sense, right? Because the P90 is a close range weapon versus, our chart with just the damage is going to be different. So you might have something like an op that has a lot more damage, whereas that's typically not your kill shot, right? Because usually it's just your luck. You op somebody, then your squad rushes in and kills them, right? So you don't always get the kills. So that makes a lot of sense that the P90 is up here for one of the deadliest ones because it has the most kill shots on it.
Was Sammy playing in that? Because I say she'd like account for a lot of that just by herself.
No, I don't. Oh, she was. She was playing.
Was she? Okay.
Yeah. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Did you play Sky?
I did. I played with Kyra. Yeah. Yeah, but it's really hard for me to focus and play when I'm running an event and hosting it because I have so many other things going on. Like I'll be hiding in the corner of a building, like answering a DM, like one of our lobby hosts didn't show. What do we do?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You look at this data a lot. Does anything on this chart stand out to you or look different than you were expecting, maybe? Or maybe from what you've seen in other leagues?
No, I think, well, here, we see that difference now with the RFB and the AK. I think we all know that the AK is just a good all around weapon, but I think this all aligns, right? Like the 1014, the Matadors. I'm kind of surprised the DT isn't used a little bit more in the tournament. It looks like the ladies prefer the 1014s and the Matadors over the DT11s. Because I'm willing to bet, like, if we had something like this for our ice tier, probably the DT11 is probably going to place a little bit higher for our kills. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Really cool. I'm surprised that the Magnum, I suppose, isn't really very much. Because, like, I get picked with the Magnum an awful lot. So yeah, just get people weren't
could
really
be damage though.
using it.
She was saying it could be damage, just maybe not the finishing blows.
Yeah, the finishing blows.
Interesting. So cool to have Sky here. We can talk like weapon details and statistics, and we get cool graphs, like Mech was saying, all about pictures.
It's
awesome.
very important. Ray from the chat. Yes, I did manage to get sleep. Thank you so much. I did manage to grab an hour and a half.
Yeah,
and
look
yes,
at the beauty
Northern Ireland
sleep is
people
working.
do sleep. I'm alive, but I mean, I've still got to shoutcast GoP1 at 2 a.m. my time, so that's gonna be fun.
Awesome.
That'll be around.
It would be so awesome to get Sky here at like the end of the season and then like go over all the stats. Like, I don't know, I'm just nerd about the stats, but I think that would be cool.
That would be interesting to take a look at the stats at the beginning of the season versus the end, especially last season when they kind of make those weapon changes. You can see it immediately because we have our lobby summaries that break it down per week too. So we have our overall leaderboards, it's a whole season, and then we have our per lobby leaderboard. So you can see just in your lobby, like what the weapons were, who the top kills and damage were and everything.
Look at Mech.
Sorry, Mech just gave me the best idea ever. What about a segment, Stats with Sky, every month?
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Wouldn't that be amazing? You can come on like the
totally
weather.
do that.
We must. Stats with Sky.
Okay.
Stats with Sky. Yeah, I'd even make
She'll
a
have
little
her own
sign for
section
it.
on the wall.
Yeah, a little section
I'll
over
get
here.
some
We'll be like,
nerdy
over to Sky.
glasses. I'll get some nerdy glasses. Yeah, we can do that.
Brilliant, Mech. Brilliant.
That's actually the best idea ever. If Sky's willing, we would totally have that.
I'll be here.
So, yeah. Let's see, what else did I have?
Look at that. Blinds just had a question. Is it possible to see the stats of weapon choices between guys and girls? Yeah, I could absolutely do that. Because I have a flag in the database that designates male or female. So, I mean, I'm not trying to discriminate against them, but we do have a ladies only leaderboard because one of our goals is to encourage more women to participate. So we do kind of like to highlight them with their own set of leaderboards. So, yeah, it would be interesting to see, what the ladies prefer. I always say I like the PX4 because it could fit in my purse nicely. It's like, this could fit in my purse. I could take it to go.
And it's dangerous too. That thing can do some damage if you hit your shots.
Pew 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 pew.
The little Cupid's pea shooter is just it's beautiful. that
okay, so stats with Sky. Stats with Sky. That's a thing. Awesome.
Yeah, that was a great question there, Blinds. So thank you very much for that. Well, I suppose I've asked this question a few times with like other guests now. Like we asked Balpo about her thoughts on it, but yeah, getting back to online romance, do you have any experiences of that? Do you know anyone who's been in that? Any people who have had good ones? Any people who've had bad ones?
Yeah, so I think especially with COVID too, right? There are a lot of people that I know in Pop One that have met in real life, that have coupled up. They have just done the whole online romance thing. Some of them have gone well, some of them not so well. I've heard some real horror stories out there. But I think for the most part, I think it's a wonderful thing. You get to know people for who they are, and you're not just working off of, kind of what they look like. You're not focused on that. You get to know their personality. It's funny. I was playing with someone once, and she had been playing with this guy in Pop One for like a year, right? And then talked about we're like, well, are you ever going to meet him? And she's like, well, I don't know him. Why would I go meet a complete stranger?
Yeah,
And I'm like, how is that any difference than like using Tinder and meeting somebody on that? But like here, you've spent an hour, like probably 1 to 3 hours every day playing games with this person, talking with them, seeing their personality. Like you probably know them better than you would ever know anybody
Yeah, that's really interesting.
IRL.
Yeah,
The behavior than this cold. Yes.
nothing tells you more about a person than their behavior when there is a gold op
Right?
to grab.
Do they share their bananas with you or do they hoard them? Like, do they res you and get you up quickly or do they leave you to die while they go kill everybody?
Oh my god, hilarious.
Oh, that is going to be one of our stats. Like who got their teammate up the quickest, you know, after their, like
nice.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of happy stories of online romance, there is X Devil's Reaper X. I don't know if you know him. He streams. He streams on Facebook and Twitch. But him and his partner Tipsy Trixie met in game, and they have a baby together. So first Pop One baby went to them.
Cool.
So that's lovely. Love to see.
Aw.
So yeah, let's just end that topic there. Anyway, moving on. So we did talk about sort of meeting, like sort of going to meet someone. Obviously, meeting people in real life is very different from the virtual world, and it's really good to sort of take precautions in real life, but also online with like how you protect your own data, so that people don't work out where you live and stuff like that. As a sort of expert in the area of keeping your data safe online. What sort of info would you have for the viewers?
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, things you have to be really careful about. For instance, okay, like in mixed doubles, we have a spreadsheet, right? And I have to get people's email addresses in order to share that spreadsheet out. So a lot of times if I get someone's email address, I'm like, that kind of looks like your real name. I'm like, if you give that to me, anybody else that I share the spreadsheet with, they're going to see that and they'll be like, oh, I should. Some people don't care. And some people are like, I'll go create a separate email account for that. But like for everything that I do, I try and have, a separate email account, separate passwords. I mean, all of that kind of stuff. I heard a story recently where basically somebody's, profile picture in Pop One matched their LinkedIn profile, right? So you can do an image search and find somebody by their image. So it doesn't take much to take an image like that and then do a reverse image lookup and then find out where their LinkedIn page is at and then start tracking down personal information from there. So you have to be really careful.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, there are like stalkers and people with nefarious purposes everywhere, including probably Pop. So just take care of yourself. Make sure you're keeping cyber safe,
Exactly. Yeah, don't give them ideas. You're probably right. Delete.
People be reverse image searching everyone's profile pictures now.
No. You didn't hear it from me.
Oh no!
Yeah, I gotta change my picture right now. Oh, shit. Stop giving them ideas, Sky. No.
I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
But yeah, I mean, things like not using email addresses for where you work, for example, that's a big thing. Because suddenly someone knows exactly where to look out for you, things like that. So just stay safe out there. Playing with a VPN is horrible. It's I don't recommend that. I've had to do it before. Weirdly, because I had to use my phone to connect, and that was already bad because I was down in the south of Ireland. But yeah, they don't really have very good phone signal down south in some places, in County Cork especially. So trying to do that, I must have had like about 800 ping. It was not the best experience, but it was fun to get in game and hang out with people. I was just mainly in there for a chat anyway, considering how bad my ping was. I wasn't doing any lethal stuff. Yeah, Pink, you got any suggestions on what more to talk about? Because we're covering these things real fast on my
I know. Well, it's been so awesome. We got some cool stuff. We have a new skit apparently. But one thing I would like to ask, the stats with Sky. The skit.
Oh, that's a skit. Okay, skit.
It's a section.
Okay,
it's a section. A segment. That's it.
Sorry.
A segment. Isn't that right? Yeah.
Segment.
Over to our stats segment with Sky. And she'd just be standing there next to these charts.
Let's see.
It'd be amazing.
I can pull special stats for that too that we don't normally have. So
yes,
I will prepare for it. I will stat you like nobody else has statted you before.
Oh,
yes,
love it. I'm a
me.
scientist, so we like data. It's great. But I think one thing I want to ask, we kind of ask everyone who comes in here, but why do you play the game? Like, what motivates you? You've been playing this for a long time. I've seen you around a while. So, I mean, what keeps you motivated? There's so many other games out there. So many things to do.
That is a good question. One is the community. Like, you can get on at any given point in time, hop into a lobby, and see at a minimum 2 to 3 people that you probably know, maybe 5 or 6 in a lobby, right? Or the whole lobby on some nights, Sundays, right? And I think Pop One, like when I look around and I see how many women actually play the game, I think they did a really good job of making the game welcoming for everybody. Right? Like there's some games I get in and play and the characters are over sexualized and you're like, this is just not, it's just not right. Right. Here I am though wearing something like this, but.
And if you look over to your right, you see the
Tess. But Tess is like, I mean,
Tess's skin.
Tess is awesome, But I'm just saying, it's fun. I think Pop One is a little bit quirky. Like you're in the middle of a battle and you're like peeling a banana, and then you're shaking a shake. I think we all know what that might look. It's like, okay, now I'm shaking a shake, and
I tend to shake my shake like this too, sideways.
That's probably smart. Yeah,
just so you don't look like you're.
Yeah.
Don't shake it like this, guys.
I like the teamwork, playing in teams of 3. I think that's why I like podding out. I know there's this whole thing of podding versus hot dropping, but it's kind of nice. Like when you haven't played with someone for a while, you take a pod out and you kind of chat while you're looting up and you catch up and then bam, you're in the action, So, yeah.
Dig that. So it's really about the relationships and just talking to people, being with people, right?
Yeah, and I'm also very competitive, so I think it's something where I constantly find, there's always new weapons. I don't feel like I'm ever mastered anything. Then they change something, because I still can learn the Magnum better. I can still learn the Matadors better. It's like there's always something I can be improving on in this game, and it's always challenging me.
Awesome. Ooh. What's your current weapon then you're working on? Sorry, honey.
I'm trying to work on those Matadors because I keep on getting killed with them. Yeah, and I know I need to get better with them, but it's like 50-50 chance I'm just going to get murked when I go in with Matties.
I told Pink that I'm so bad with the Matadors. Actually, whenever we played with Balpo, I was so bad with those Matadors. So they were white Matadors. I hit for 8 damage or something like that. So I ended up just switching away from them to an op and ended up no-scooping the guy in the head to win that game. It was really funny. I was just like, yep, I can't use these things, I would die. So yeah, op, headshot, definitely faster, time to kill.
No scope. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Matadors. What about your long range? What we were supposed to ask about your loadout. What's your spray weapon?
Oh, okay. So my favorite loadout is an AK, a P90, and probably an op, or maybe an AK, and then the Matties if I'm trying to learn them, and an op. But I'm not very good with an op. If there's a sniper on the team, I will just let them op, and I won't. Especially since they changed it, my timing is just ever so much off on it now that it just drives me crazy. So yeah.
Yeah. What sort of heal setup do you run?
I usually have 2 bananas, shakers, a set of shakers, and shield sodas. So I like to have 3 slots dedicated to heals. Yeah.
Do you use your shields in like slick scales type style where you pop two of your shield suitors and then shake
What?
while you're charging?
You can shake two of them at a time?
No. So you pop two of your shield sodas and then you shake one shake, and that'll give you 90. And then all you have to do is find one.
That's a good
one
idea.
puck. So it's like the most efficient way of healing. You just find one shield battery, and you're
I'm
back to
gonna
100
have to do
in
that.
the time it takes basically to shake a shake. So
Yeah.
if you're not doing that, definitely try it. It's pretty good. Oh yeah. So the thing I was going to ask about earlier is I saw a video recently of a guy who, I guess, someone accidentally spawned a new new weapon in the inside of the lobby, and it was like
Oh.
a silenced pistol type thing, or like it looked like a silenced SMG, maybe.
Interesting.
Uh,
Huh.
So I don't know if anyone else has seen this around. It looked really cool though. And I was like,
Are you gonna show the video, or do you have the video of that? Or
well, see, I don't know where I saw. I think it was like on like Facebook, and I really should have saved that. I'm
might
cursing
have-
myself.
I might
It was
have
the
it.
Tech 9, right?
I think I have it. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me see. And if I can send you the link on Discord.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be amazing.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I gotta find him.
But yeah, that'll be very cool. Yeah, if it was a Chris Vector, that would be amazing. But yeah, I don't think we need anything that OP. Minimal
Okay, wait.
recoil.
Here's a picture. They saw this in a bot lobby, I guess. So I was in a warm-up body level, and there was a prototype that was in there for some reason. Okay, I'll send this to you.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'll get in there and
It's probably the same thing. Let's see. Let me know if that's it.
yeah, that is it. Absolutely. Let's grab that. You see images.
Yeah. Hold on. We're still getting it up here, loading it up. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
Not
be
quite there
right
yet,
in.
Rasta. We're getting there. We
Yeah,
weren't extremely prepared. We apologize.
Yeah, totally wasn't prepared for this at all. But let's see, where is new gun? It's not loaded in as a 3D texture this time. So yeah, let me just show that to the camera there. That is our new weapon. From the looks of
that's
it.
the silencer that you're talking about there.
Yeah,
that is
the
the
suppressor.
Tech 9, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's the Tech 9. So I think that's, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, if anyone else knows too. But I think that was one of the failed prototypes from the last set of weapons we got. So there were apparently a few weapons that didn't make the cut, and that was one of them, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I wasn't in the playtest, so I think I'm okay to talk about it. But that was one of the 3 that didn't make the cut. I think there was another one with it looked like a semi-auto sniper rifle with a huge kind of scope. You might have seen that one in the lobby too. And apparently, if you go in the lobby, sometimes it'll be there, but you can't just keep picking up weapons and it show up. It kind of just has to be there when you load in. Yeah, so I think that's one of the failed ones. It looks amazing, though.
It looks great, yeah. Max says,
that's right.
wait.
Rasta said that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it looks amazing. It looks beautiful.
Yeah. Max says, wait till we get modifiable weapons. Now, that would be something really cool. Find yourself a suppressor somewhere out there. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Whoa,
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
I think they should make the chicken gun squawk when you shoot it. That's a mod that I would love.
Someone already has modded that. So if you've seen Red Fox, she has a bucking chicken. It's amazing.
Really?
Yep. It's actually, I believe it's Scanter's voice, isn't it?
Yeah,
And
it's actually
Tahoe
Scanter's
made it.
voice.
Yeah, Tahoe made it, and it's like a mod for it for the. I guess you must replace the game file or something. But yeah, apparently you can even hear it in game. You hear this. Pop, 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 pop.
Oh my god! I have to get that. I have to get that.
Yeah,
I guess you can
just ask Radfox or Scanter for it, or Tahoe, any of those 3. Yeah. DC.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, Ms. Whatever says there has been 3 new guns showing up That's
Ooh.
interesting.
Yeah, unless it's the op with it's like that big sniper rifle with the scope, the Tech 9, which we just saw, and then God, what was the third one? Forgot what the third one was.
Shoulder mounted RPG, that would be amazing. Just say
SPR. MP9. MP9. Yeah.
That's
Interesting.
awesome. Yeah, I look forward to seeing those if they ever get into the main
MP9,
release.
yeah, everyone's saying MP9. Yeah. Would have been cool. I don't think it's actually coming in. Just is what I hear through the grapevine. I'm not in the playtest. Don't get rid of, don't ban me. Big box, I have no clue. Just, yeah.
But yeah,
Just
speculation. Just speculation. But yeah, that's extremely cool. Yeah. Let's see. What's on the new meta? Yeah, I mean, actually, the other thing I meant to ask you was, so whenever this is going back to your streaming, sort of how did you start your sort of setup for streaming? Like, what was the beginning of that? Because you have a really amazing setup, with the avatar and everything.
Okay.
Was this like an iterative process over time?
Yeah, well, so I'm in the tech world. I have a bachelor's of science in computer science. So I've always been like into programming and computers and all that kind of stuff. So I originally started just recording the game footage because stuff would happen. And I'm like, I wish I would have recorded that. So I started recording. And then I was like, well, if I'm going to go through all this, I might as well stream. And then, I started watching YouTube videos and all the stuff you had to buy, then VTubing. And I'm like, oh, well, I can get full body tracking. And now I can go get these avatars. And it just kept on going and going. I think it's like any other hobby that you get into, right? You get into it and it's like, wow, like I could spend a lot of money and time doing this.
Yeah, totally.
That's what happened. Yeah.
So that's what happened. Yeah. Spending a lot of money and time.
Yep. And I'm like,
yeah, I mean, personally, I just spend a lot of time whenever I'm doing stuff. Like, this is why this exists.
Yeah,
so just like,
this is amazing.
Thank you very much. I'm very pleased with it.
Very professional. Very professional.
How much does Skycandy play per week of Pop 1?
Oh my goodness. Before mixed doubles or after mixed doubles?
Oh, I guess now. I guess that's now.
So if I'm not playing mixed doubles, I would say I probably can spend 2 to 3 hours per day playing it every day, and maybe more on the weekends. I would say though, while I'm running mixed doubles like Sunday, I might just get like an hour in if I can, even play it all. So, but no, I would, before mixed doubles, I would be playing so much, so much.
Awesome.
I think there's this concept of like VR time though, because I feel like when I was in Finland, I was gone for 10 days and I got back and I felt like I'd been away for 3 months. Like, it's like you pick up a gun and it's like, oh my God, I forgot how to shoot this and it's only been 10 days. I can't build.
It's so true though. Like, the rust is real whenever you don't play for a while.
Yeah. I have another one. Oh, sorry. One last one to on topic. Sorry. We've been asking a lot of people this too. Just, I know you have a following of people that are ready to play with you at a moment's notice. But like, what are you looking for in a teammate? Like, what does the teammate of Skycandy have to be like?
Oh my goodness. I think just having a good time, like being able to laugh at yourself and not hoard all the loot, please. Don't. Yeah, I think it's just about having a good time, you don't have to be good or great or whatever. I think it's just all about having a good time.
And this is now okay.
Yeah. What was that? Sorry.
I was going to say, and this is with rank points or without rank points?
Okay, without ranked points. Okay.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Just checking. Awesome. Okay. Very cool.
So yeah, the question that just popped into my head there was, you've been to like a couple of meetups, or at least one of them, right? Was it the West Coast one? That you did?
Yeah, Seattle.
With some of the devs and stuff for there as well, right?
Yeah, that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So Like, do you just hang out with like everyone all day?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting how it goes. They're organized, but they're not organized, right? It's like there's usually a couple events that are organized, and then you kind of branch off and do other things with other people in smaller groups. And it was a lot of fun. I did the one up in Seattle. We rented a tour bus one day and went all around Seattle, saw like all the touristy sites. And then, we went to a bar afterwards. And then, there were some closer friends, because there's some people that you play with all the time that you just want to meet and hang out with and spend more time with, so like I think I had breakfast like with Sensational one morning and, got to meet Nando and hang out with Tan in Japan. It was a lot of fun. It reminds me though of like when you read a book and you get the characters in your mind and then you see them in a movie and you kind of try and rectify like this mental image you have of them, of who they are in person. And not that it's a good or a bad thing, but sometimes you've like, especially like over the course of a year, you may have like painted an entirely different picture of what this person looks like in your mind. And then you meet them and you're like, you're not what I thought you looked like at all. But it's, it's still fun.
It's weird for me in that I start to like identify people as the skin they wear in the game so much.
Yes.
So it's like, that's just how I weirdly expect them to look. If I ever bumped into my ARC teammate Metazoid, I just expect him to look like a werewolf. No matter how ridiculous that sounds, if he doesn't look like a werewolf, I'd be very, very disappointed. So yeah, and yeah, of course, I unfortunately do not look like Tess, but I'm sure some people might think I do. Who knows? But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything I really had prepared to ask you, and I obviously enjoyed this so much, especially hearing about your stats and how you sort of got your stream up and running, and your amazing slime trackers that you built yourself. So it's been an absolute joy. Yeah,
this has been so much fun. Thank you for having me.
It was so refreshing to have all the stats and all that too, and have them every month now. Yes.
Yeah, I certainly do hope you come on for stats with Sky. We'll make it a segment.
Let's get it. We'll make it a thing, and like I said, I'll pull some fun stuff. Yeah,
that'd be amazing.
Awesome. So we got one last question here. Well, it's not really a question, but it's a statement, and this just got released today too. I guess we've had some changes today, but ARC has banned the sword from their leagues. How do you feel about the sword in mixed doubles, perhaps?
So I think the approach we've taken in mixed doubles is we just keep kind of everything in the game as it is in the game, like currently for the most part. Because I know there was at one point in time grenades got banned, and we're like, well, you have to deal with it in the game. Just deal with it in comp too. I think we have. I mean, one of our prizes is the best Cyberblade kill, and I think a lot of people have so much fun with that. And like this season, we have the best knife one. I think the blades are a lot of fun, and they're a good time. And I know I'm always pissed when I get killed by one, and I know I always giggle when I kill someone with it. I'm like, I gotcha.
It's both scary and enjoyable at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, mixed doubles is different than Arc League. We have a different audience. We're a different type of league, and they're, for their competition and stuff, that probably makes sense for what they're doing. But I think for our league, it makes sense to leave it in just because, we're just different. So.
It looks like you have a lot of supporters in the chat too that agree with you too, which is really cool.
I mean, per Yopapi's going to be crying. It's himself to sleep tonight. Oh no. I've often said before that I hate the sword. I'll joke about sort of banning the sword. And it's just because I often get killed by it. There's a difference in hating it and actually wanting it to get banned. 'Cause you don't want to wreck other people's enjoyment of the game, but it feels so bad just getting murdered as soon as you
I know, because
in
you're just
one swing because you're in EU ping.
It's funny too, because I remember people complain. Actually, my squad mate that I play with a lot, Soup, he complained so much when they brought out the blade. He's like, "This is a game with guns. If I wanted to get a game where they had like swords in it, I would have bought one. This is all about guns. And then like, within a few weeks later, he's just murking everybody with a blade and having a blast with it. And it's like, it's just fun.
I say that I hate the sword, but that doesn't mean that I really think they could make a really cool change to it, which is to allow parrying with a gun or with a sword. If you could, if I could like swing a sword to you and you could use your op to parry it, then that would feel amazing.
That would be fun.
That would be crazy.
Just stick a gun in the way and you're safe.
Yeah. The sword has no skill. I disagree with that.
I disagree with that. Yeah.
You got to know when to use it. You can build offensively or defensively with it, and you could rush with it. Like, I think there's skill with it.
Well, especially if you have to do that crazy like Z-shaped dash that your Pappy does to get up on people with it. That thing's. I tried practicing that, and I was like, "Oh no, I cannot fly in this way." I was getting very, very dizzy with myself, and so that's obviously not for me.
I mean, I can see both sides. I'll help out Oozy Goosey here. I mean, there are two sides. There's the side that's saying, we put so many hours into learning the DT, and it takes mastery, and there's art in it, and that's why people like it. And then the sword, it takes skill. There's no doubt about it. I know Sumachi advocates for the sword a lot, but like, I guess being able to kill someone who, you just swipe, and yes, if you swipe, you have to swipe right, and it takes skill. You have to get close, and you have to know how to time and build. But like, I guess when they put so many hours into the DD versus what you just need for the sword, I feel like they feel like that's cheating, and I can understand. But I'm in the middle. I don't care either way personally. I'll play whatever. I'll adapt. But I like the sword. It's fun. It's fun sorting a whole public lobby. That's for dang sure. But yeah, it's good.
So do you have you ever experienced sort of what I've kind of gone through, which was just sort of getting burnt out? And if so, like, how do you deal with that? Or
I think what burns me out sometimes, and I know it's hard to believe, but sometimes there's some drama between a lot of different parties in Pop 1. And sometimes, like you said, popping into that alt account and just not dealing with any of that is kind of what I need to do when I start getting burnt out, And it's funny, I'll be like, if I'm getting burnt on it, it's like if I take a couple days away, then it's like, okay, I'm ready to play now. So it's just like, yeah, that's I don't think I've really gotten burnt out to the point where I don't play for months and months, but it might be like a week or so, or 2 or 3 days where I don't play.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, mine has been surprisingly long, and I'm kind of hoping it goes away because I do want to just feel like I enjoy the game again. So maybe not getting stumped in ranked mode for a while will help me with something.
Yes.
Yeah. We had a blast the last time we played, honey.
We did, yeah. It was good fun. But yeah, Bao was lovely to play with as well. So we'll have to get Sky to come and play some pubs at some point as well. For real, huh?
Maybe we should have like tradition to play one pub after like all of these or something,
Unfortunately, it's actually really difficult for me to set to switch over because I've got so much stuff to deal with in here.
That makes sense. Yeah,
can't just like abandon the studio immediately. But yeah, I mean that's cool. We'll definitely organize some games sometime.
That would be a blast.
It was such a pleasure having you, Sky.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun. And thank you for everything you guys are doing with the podcast. This is awesome.
Thank you for everything you're doing with the league. League
and with the stats.
And tournaments. And with the stats. Yeah. And thank you for everything you're going to do with the stats every month.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, you're committed now.
Now I'm on the hook. Now I'm on the hook.
You.
Thanks, Meg.
Thanks, Meg.
Goodness.
Funny. So, yeah, the other thing I just wanted to sort of announce then while I'm here, I suppose, is... we do have Complete Guarantee coming on tomorrow at, I believe it is going to be 11 a.m. Eastern, so 4 p.m. for the UK time. And he'll be talking all things Ark. This obviously his thoughts on like various things of the game. So yeah, if you want to come Pastor Complete with any of your questions, this is the place to do it. He'll be here locked in a room with us for a couple of hours. So yeah.
Oh,
So,
right
Wait,
after the
I'm
sword
locked
was
in
banned.
here? I'm locked in here?
Yeah, you can't leave
Yep,
just
it's a
unless we let you.
Oh,
That's not true at all. But yeah. Yeah, so
All
Complete
right.
Guarantee is going to be on, and we have on Friday at 12 noon Eastern, 5 p.m. UK time, we have Noose, or Juice Please, as he goes by on Twitch now. So that'll be good. Yeah, so those are the next couple of things we got lined up for you guys. So it's going to be a great week here at PopCast. So yeah, do stop by and support us, please. Please. Absolutely.
Appreciate you all.
Yeah, you guys have been absolutely awesome. Thank you so much for being active in the chats, and also everyone who like gifted subs and things like that. You guys really keep our morale extremely high. So thank you very much.